Hey everyone, this is Matt Donahue with your weekly market update. I hope everyone had a great Memorial Day, long weekend, last week of school for my kids. So everyone's all excited at home this week. But let's jump into it. This week, I do want to talk about something a little bigger than the markets. I want to talk about how finding your joy, your purpose, your discipline, why those things matter so much during uncertain times. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Joy for human beings lies in proper human work." And that idea matters today, especially when investors are facing volatility, inflation, rising treasury yields, and nonstop economic headlines. So investors entered 2026 expecting rate cuts and a calmer economic environment. Well, instead, we've seen rising treasury yields, persistent inflation concerns, geopolitical instability, and growing uncertainty about Federal Reserve policy. For example, 10-year treasury yields are up roughly 0.4% year to date. Energy prices are elevated. Borrowing costs are high. Markets continue trying to figure out whether the economy is slowing down or simply just adjusting to a higher rate environment. And at the same time, we've seen stronger manufacturing data, resilient labor markets, and better than expected retail sales. Underneath all that, though, some of the strength may be companies pulling demand forward because of supply chain concerns and geopolitical uncertainty. That creates an environment where investors can feel emotionally exhausted. And every day, there's another headline telling people to panic or chase the next big thing. So this is where I do like the Stoics when it comes to financial planning. They understood that external conditions are always going to change. In our world, markets, economies, politics, all that stuff changes. The only thing we can control is our judgment, our discipline, and our actions. And that matters in investing because the biggest risk for most investors isn't volatility or what's going on in the market. It's an emotional decision made during volatility. It's panic selling, it's chasing headlines, it's trying to perfectly time the markets. And history consistently shows that disciplined investors outperform emotional investors over long periods of time. Remaining invested during uncertainty is not comfortable, but successful investing was never supposed to feel comfortable all the time. And that's why discipline matters most, because when emotions run high, that's when your discipline has to kick in. The same principle applies to tax planning, preparation, organization, being proactive, all that matters. And one of the things people underestimate is how costly IRS penalties can become. Failure to file penalties and failure to pay penalties can compound quickly. A lot of taxpayers also don't realize they may qualify for the first time abatement relief if they've maintained compliance during the 3 previous years. Retirement planning also continues getting more complex. Just a quick example, in 2026, IRA contributions increased with an additional $1,000 catch up for people who are age 50 and older. Roth IRA contributions phase out, and that also changed just due to inflation. So these changes matter because financial planning is no longer just about investing. It's about coordinating taxes, retirement income, Social Security, healthcare planning, estate planning, and of course, that long-term discipline really does matter over time. So if you take anything out of this week's market update, I hope you'll take out that, modern culture is always pushing us towards distraction and emotional reactions. Long-term success, both financially and even personally, comes from consistency and discipline. Small actions repeated over time, we all know, create extraordinary results. Save consistently, invest, be proactive in your planning, and stay patient during periods of uncertainty. You think about Marcus Aurelius, right? He wrote some great stuff, and he was doing that while he was governing Rome during wars, political instability, and economic stress. But he would remind himself that people find meaning through useful work and honorable action. That still applies today. Preparation, perspective, and discipline are incredibly powerful advantages, and you all have them. If you want to build a financial plan designed to navigate uncertainty, now is the time to do it. Whether you're focused on retirement income, tax planning, investments, insurance, estate planning, we have a disciplined strategy for you. Schedule time with Mission Financial Planners. Go to our website, check us out, and let's help you make some informed financial decisions for the future. Thanks, everyone. Have a great short week, and we will see you next week.